Look, so this how I'm gonna come at niggas like next next year is gonna be different. Feel me? Like I always been some type of nigga. You know what I mean? I just be trying to be humble as possible because I know that there's value in that. But it's like kindness is a value. You know what I mean? Kindness is a virtue, but it can also be a weakness. You feel me? It's like when you too humble, people don't even you know that they're supposed to respect you. Like at times people don't respect um, respectable people. You know what I mean? They don't respect respectable things, and at times it's like that. But it's like if you always accepting the disrespect, you feel me, and it's always okay. You know what I mean? And always turn another cheek, and always just accepting the devalue of yourself. Like, hey, it becomes who you really are, and I'm like it's a balance to shit. You feel me? And I've been so humble, especially since I came home from prison. Like nigga, been so humble on purpose. You know what I mean? I take the low road. You feel me? Every time, you know, it becomes this or that, like competition type of shit. A lot of niggas be in competition with each other, and it's like a leverage battle sometimes. Who gonna take up and who gotta play the bottom? Like man, every time it's come to that, I just take the bottom, just on some humble shit. Like just because I'm really in a humble place right now with myself. But when they get to doing it because they devalue the value that a nigga has, that's like that's way out of line. That's way out of pocket. And I'm not gonna keep accepting it. You feel me? It's just niggas in a humble place, in a humble situation, and I learn how to carry myself. I learn the value in carrying myself, in that fashion, especially when let me see how to say it. Like, look, I was in prison. I was in a tough situation, right? I knew the value of myself, but this is what I really felt. I felt like the value and the worth of my own was completely in the hands of God. You know what I mean? And that's a humble mentality to have. You feel me? And I want to maintain that mentality forever. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, I intentionally, practiced that and put that to just to practice, you know what I mean? To application. I put it to application when I came home in situations where, I normally wouldn't just accept, that type of humility to that level. You know what I mean? So it's a different level that I practice and put to application and display an appreciation to God, you feel me? For him delivering me, to him carrying me, to him consoling me, to him, healing me, him, you know, uh, what's the word? It's a word I'm looking for, and it's important because God does this, and it's a really important thing. It's restoration, like restoring me. Like I never want to forget and trivialize how God restored me. You feel me? And gave me back all the things that I felt like was taken from me. You know what I mean? I lost time, but I got time. You know what I mean? I've been given time, like from God. So I never want to trivialize what He done with me. So when I came home, and as a show of faith and good faith, and appreciation for the things he did for me in situations where, I might not have made it. You feel me? Like on my own, I might not have made it in the situation if he didn't carry me through and help me through and, guide me through and direct me through the whole thing. So I show appreciation by just coming home and giving 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 myself to humility, you know what I mean, and taking the bottom and accepting it, and then not feeling no type of way about it, you know what I mean? Just it is what it is, and I got God, and I know what He does for me, and that's all I need, you know what I mean? That's where my humility came from when I came home. But then look, I see people get to taking advantage of it, like oh, he gonna go here, you feel me? So they try to put me there, you feel me? Like, nah, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. And I let them do it, a lot of times, because I'm telling you, I'm trying to apply, my humility, by just displaying it daily in situations, in interactions with, people that, I personally, wouldn't accept any type of humiliation from. You feel me? Like, mm, I'm trying to display a humility to God, and these people trying to humiliate me, and I don't even respond because, the whole point was to show humiliation to God. You feel me? It's not about that person. So I'm just saying, like, I've been doing that intentionally with that intent, since I came home. And I've always been a humble person, but I'm talking about intentionally, on purpose and deliberately showing, my humility and how low I can go and take, bottom for God's sake, you know what I mean, in His role and His purpose, when He directs me to, if He needs me to, just as a show of faith, like I'm saying. But that shit finna be over, you feel me? Next year, or if I really just kind of chilling until I get, this next home, this next investment home that I get, and it's so realistic to me now, because I see it now. Like, at first it was like more faith. Faith is, a trust and confidence in things that are not seen. So, I had so much faith in myself and God and what God would do for myself, if I, continue to have faith and practicing and, keep putting in the work, like in God and for God, I'm always going to be okay for myself for that reason. So, um, I just see it now. You know what I mean? It's not even so much faith. It's, visual now. I see it. I see it coming. You know what I mean? I see what the faith has got me and how far it's gotten me. How far I made it with just faith alone. And now I see, uh, that investment home and, the things that God put on my heart a long time ago happening. I see it coming, and I see myself walking into it. And it's going to be another humble situation. And the only reason I'm going to be able to, be successful in the situation is because of the humility that I've practiced, for the years that I've done it intentionally since I've been home from prison. You feel me? And that's the only reason that it's coming to me. You feel me? And I see it coming to me so confidently. You know what I mean? I see it. 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 Like, I really see it. I really see it. I really see it. And it's only because, the humility I practice. But once I get that motherfucker, it's over with. You feel me? All that humble shit out the door, because I already showed that to God. He's not asking that from me no more. You feel me? He's not finna ask me to take the bottom. For what? You feel me? Why would I do that for another person? You know what I mean? I did that for God. And, as a display and, demonstration to Him, as a sacrifice to Him. You know what I mean? That all I need is Him. I'll take the bottom for Him every time. You know what I mean? But I ain't got to do that for nobody, and that's what He been teaching me. And so, really, I'm saying next year, but time don't really matter. It's like, positioning more, so than anything. And, and timing goes along with that, definitely. But I don't think God counts time the same way we do. You feel me? I'm talking about next year. A year to Him is a different, amount of time. and He don't give a fuck about our calendar. God's timing is perfect because it's not uh, equivalent to ours. You know what I mean? Our shit is like this to Him. Uh, he just takes His time, and I'm always trying to be on God's time. Like I really begin to pride myself when people say I move slow or I'll be late. You know what I mean? Because I'll be on God's time, and I get affirmations so often. I'm talking about all day long. I get affirmations that I'm where I'm supposed to be, at that moment, and at that time, and at that position. You know what I mean? Like I'm being positioned all day long because that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a tool and for God, an instrument for, whatever His purpose is for that day. You know what I mean? Whatever His purpose is for, my life. I'm just trying to be positioned and be the best instrument and the best tool that He's made me to be. You know what I mean? I do my little push-ups and shit because I gotta be a strong black man, you feel me? Not for my own sake, for God's purpose, that He has placed me here for, you know what I mean? He positioned me on purpose, and I see it, and I see it, and I see it, and I see it because the nigga came from so much just uncertainty, as far as how I was raised, by my physical parents, but the confidence I have, the surety that I have, the security that I have, the certainty that I have has come from God, you know what I mean, as my physical father, and just following Him and taking His direction. And I'm saying all of that to say this, that I take the low road, I take the humble road, you feel me, every time God asked me to, you feel me, and I'm positioned exactly where He asked me to be, you feel me, because I've done that. But that shit finna be over with because that's not what He asking me to do no more. You feel me? So I'm finna get to practicing. No, hell no, fuck you, no. You feel me? And get to really flexing. You know what I mean? I'll do a lot of push-ups. Like nigga, really lift a lot of bars. Like I could throw up a lot of weight. Like I don't be flexing or like really, pulling and showing and manipulating and the things for clout. Like I could be. I don't. I don't. I don't. And I make sure that I don't do it on purpose because that's not what God asking me to do. Like He positioning me on purpose. These muscles ain't for show. You feel me? This shit for growth. And it's really for battle. You know what I mean? Like all the size that I had, nigga, it's all the size that I had to use. You feel me? Effectively, and I had to learn how to be strong. Once I got strong, I had to learn how to use that strength. You feel me? And I think the strongest thing about me is my emotional intelligence. Like I have a sharp mentality as far as how I, perceive things and my resolution, my resolve. You feel me? Is how I explain it. I have a strong resolution. I have a strong resolve. As far as how I, resolve problems and solve problems. Because every issue or occurrence, in life is, you know, in a way, a problem that needs a solution. So I really like solutions, and I have a strong resolution, as far as my mentality, and I have strong, physical characters. I have strong demeanor. I have strong confidence in myself. I have a lot of strong qualities about myself, but the strongest quality that I have, hands down, is my emotional intelligence. And it wasn't a constant thing that I've always had. It's damn sure like a skill set that I've mastered and become a craft, and it's become just a quality that has been a wealthy attribute for me. You know, like the quality of my emotional intelligence has been such a wealthy asset. Is a better way to say it, and I just I'm so grateful to God for sharpening that in me. You know, I believe it was my intention. You know, on my own a lot of times, but I think the experiences that He, you know, um, revealed to me as far as my interactions with my family and how you know their life is has been affected by not being as strong as I have been given the direction to be emotionally. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference in me. Like, in a lot of situations, I'll be chilling. You feel me? I'm confident because I'm not triggered emotionally. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things are emotional triggers for people, and then they get the behaving based on how they've been triggered emotionally or what they've been triggered by. A lot of times it's not how you trigger, it's what. You know what I mean? It's not the fact that this particular thing that triggered you, you know, is not important. Let me see if I'm saying her right. I kind of got lost a little bit. Let me see. Let me see how to explain triggers. I think I should talk about that another time. But that should go hand in hand with emotional intelligence. It's controlling your, triggers. You feel me? Like, some people are triggered by, you know, a certain thing. And it manipulates their behavior. You know what I mean? Like their behavior is so dependent on that trigger. It's like it's uncontrolled. You know what I mean? That's why it's like a trigger. And if you learn to control your triggers, and first you gotta acknowledge them. You know what I mean, and be aware of your triggers that may be causing some type of responsive behavior. Based on an emotion that you feel. And I'll try to explain that shit later. You know what I mean? And because I'm definitely gonna delve into it. Especially with the literature that I've read. I think the literature that I've read is like super significant, and it's definitely set me apart. I think it's independent and unique from what the average person is reading, and the fact that I put those books together and read those books together, has given me a wealth of emotional intelligence, and I think it's definitely directed to me by God, and just taking that direction is guiding me so far, and it's one of the my strongest qualities, and I'm proud of it, and I just want to just continue to grow in it, and maybe offer it as 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 an opportunity to grow a skill set, or have it as a wealthy asset that I've grown it to be for others. Like, a lot of people would benefit from emotional intelligence, or just being emotionally aware and not being triggered. You know what I mean? So I just want to continue to grow it and show it. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna not take the low road, that humility, that like humble shit that I've been on. That shit finna be over. It's like limited time. You know what I mean? Closing, like all sales. Everything must go. Like, the story, it's finna be over. You feel me? And I just can't. I'm excited for it because like nigga finna really be on full blast. You know what I mean? And like no pull, no punches. You know what I mean? Like I'm going back to the way I used to be. You feel me? Like I can't. That shit's so fun to me. I'm not finna get out of control, but you know I'm finna just have fun, like full blast. I'm finna be me. I'm finna be grits. You feel me? I'm finna be all I could be. You know what I mean? Thanks for checking my little shit out, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'll be rambling a little bit in between, but it's like I really got a line of thought that is unique and significant. I kind of want to, explore it a little bit more. And I kind of used to be shy about it. I'm telling you, just take the humble, bro. Like, be, you know, practice humility, but you gotta be all the person that you can be eventually. You know what I mean? One time throughout your life, you gotta really, go for yours. And I really see it coming to fruition right now. And this humble shit finna be limited time, and a nigga gonna be everywhere. You feel me? Nigga gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna have 20-minute videos every fucking day. You feel me? And they gonna go up and I'm gonna be live. You know what I mean? And that's not, um, got nothing to do with social media. It got everything to do with the value that I have to offer. As a person, and and as a tool that has been grown by God. So like purposefully. So nigga finna be on purpose for real, and I'm talking about like unapologetic about it and tripping. You know what I mean? Like full blast, cause I see what I'm supposed to do. I see my voice. I see my role. I see my niche, and nigga finna go into that thing for sure, for sure. All right, tap in. I'm double back on you. Follow the next video. Like and subscribe my shit too. Like for real, subscribe. You know what I mean? And that shit, like, I know that shit is important. So fuck with me, subscribe. I'm trying to take care of my family, like, with my perspective and doing positive and productive things. So if you fuck with me on any type of level, just put subscribe for me, and you can see some of these videos, some of my son shit, some of my music, some of my my beats, and all of the productivity that I be trying to put together. Like fuck with it. All right, great.